Okay, hi everyone. So I'm going to do my almost finished apartment tour. I have everything furnished for the most part. I just don't have details and like decorations in here, nor do I have like my actual personal stuff in here yet. It's basically just furniture. So like somewhere down the line, I'll do that and show you what it looks like completely finished. But for now, here's what more or less the final product looks like, and here's a tour. Front door to my storage room. I've got 2 chairs that will be in here, garbage I have to take out. I just bought that stuff. That's my floor cleaner and my shoes. Then you look inside. I have my shelving unit. To the right is my kitchen. Obviously, I will kind of have like stuff probably on the counter. Like I don't have a lot of like clutter or anything, but some things I will have there. All I have put away is my cleaning stuff because that's all I have. Oh wait, no, and in one drawer I have, those are just scissors, but I need to get cutlery. So yeah, and you look out to the living room, looks like this. Okay, then into my bathroom. Basically, I have not touched anything in the bathroom. They still need to do a lot of stuff on their end in here, so I'm gonna leave it because I don't have my shower curtain up or anything like that. Then, moving in, we have my coffee table. I have a candle on it, even though I have no matches to light it. My couch, which I really love. Excuse my bit of mess here, but then I just have my little dining table and my crap on it. Like that. And my closet, I pretty much just have stuff that I can't quite put away yet, but I've got my towel set and my suitcases. Squeak. Then I just have my other closet, which they need to repaint and fix. There's nothing in there. And then over here, I just have my bed, which is obviously not fully made yet, but it just looks like that. And I'm super impressed with how the wood matches the coffee table. Super good. But yeah. So this is pretty much what the bare minimum with my furniture looks like. So the place is starting to grow on me a little more. I just hope that we can kind of figure out the bathroom situation, because right now I'm trying to like avoid it because it's kind of a disaster. Like it's gross and they need to fix things. But besides that, I'm so happy with all of my furniture, and I'm very pleased with how it looks. I can't wait to decorate it the next time I'm here. But yeah. Okay, so my last meal, my last supper in the apartment for now. I don't have like a lot of money with me, so I had to cheap out, and I think that's fine. But I just got some stuff on my run to London Drugs. So it's all packaged, and I mean, not super healthy by any means, but this is what I have for dinner. Okay, so first off, I got this Coconut Love coconut clusters. These are really good. I've had these before. Super yummy. Then I have this kombucha, and it's blood orange flavor, but it tastes so good. Like it's the smoothest tasting kombucha I've ever had, which is like weird because typically they're like carbonated, which this one is, but they're like pretty strong, not smooth, if that makes sense. But it tastes so good. I really like it. And then I opened this already, but I just got popcorn. It's organic popcorn with olive oil. So instead of butter, I don't typically have much oil, but this is my exception. So I've booked my shuttle to the airport tomorrow, and I've got everything set up so I can go home, and yeah, then probably just sleep. I'm actually, you guys, I'm really looking forward to like the last 2 weeks back home, because like I had mentioned in a video previous, my parents are moving, and so this will be like my last time probably ever, possibly ever staying at my house, at their house there. And which is sad, but because I really, really love my room there. Like, over the years, like over the past 8 or 9 years, have put a lot of work into my room, and I love it. Like, I love so much about that room, that space. So it's really sad that it's going to go, but I'm looking forward just to like spending my days in my room. That sounds so bad, like I'm introverting myself, which I already am, but no, like I'm just excited to like sleep in my bed for the last couple weeks before I officially move here, and just enjoy, like, I don't know, that space, because it really is, like, I've done it in a way that it's calming and soothing to me, and like the color is a light lilac color, which is really calming for me, and it's just a nice room. Like, I really like it, so I'm going to miss it. But yeah, I'm looking forward to spending some time at home and seeing my dog and hanging out with my brother a bit. I don't know if I had mentioned, but my parents currently, they're on their own vacation in Mexico, so they won't be home for a few days. But yeah, and I'm looking forward to getting back to work and working with my baby, because you guys, that is seriously the one thing I miss so much whenever I move, like when I went to Spain. But all my kids back home, and like, I just, they make me so happy, and I love having kids in my life because it teaches you to like keep your inner child, you know, and to play and to laugh like they do, and not take things so seriously, because kids just don't. And yeah, so honestly, I miss them so much. Like, they are probably one of the things I miss the absolute most. I still haven't figured out what I'm going to do about my bins of stuff that weren't delivered. That's a bit of an issue. I'm not overly happy with the customer service, actually. We went through Loomis Express to send my stuff, but that lady that said she'd never call me back, I called her twice just to like verify, and she never called me back. And then when I tried to call them at the end of yesterday, nobody would answer, and like it was 15 minutes until closing time, but they were like, "Hi, sorry, we just have to keep you on hold," and they kept me on hold until they closed, so then the phone line just went dead. I was upset about that. And then this morning I was on hold for 25 minutes and nobody answered, so then I pushed one, which is like, I left a message with them. I left my phone number and my name with them so that they could get back to me, because I wasn't going to stay on hold for another 25 minutes, and still nobody has called me back. So honestly, not super impressed or happy with how that all turned out. So I am just enjoying my last morning in the apartment for now, until many more. It is like 5 minutes to 8, and I have to meet the shuttle at 9:30, but I'm gonna go early, obviously, just because I don't know this city that well. I was honestly just thinking this morning, though, about like, I'm very excited to go home, but I was trying to like, this is me and overthinking. Like, if you don't like people that overthink things, you probably shouldn't watch my videos. But I was thinking, like, I feel surprisingly comfortable here, and I had mentioned that in a few videos that I had done when my mom and I came to apartment hunt, that I feel surprisingly comfortable in this city and in this apartment. I've met a lot of nice people while I was here, like really helpful people, which obviously makes it a lot better, but there's something about going home. And like, even while I was away in Spain, like, I had the time of my life in some places, but even then there was still a piece of me that wanted to like be in my own bed and like curl up in my house with my puppy and stuff. And I think it just goes back to like comfort. And I was trying to think, I was like, oh, it's like when you move away, you're like cutting the umbilical cord, you know, from your family and stuff. And
then when you return, it's almost as if it kind of like grows back a little bit. And then I was thinking, like, well, that doesn't make sense because it's not necessarily like my parents, so to say, that I feel really drawn back to or anything. Not that like that's any of their fault. I'm just saying, like, I feel confident enough on my own. I'm not looking for my parents all the time. But I think when it comes to like this kind of regrowth again of this hypothetical umbilical cord, it just has to do with like things that you have grown over so many years to be so comfortable with. And you cut it when you go out on your own, and that's great. But it's almost like if you return back to then how it was before, when you did have kind of people looking out for you and you knew people had your back, it's kind of like that. Like, I know all of my neighbors that are there that I know and I love, and we in a sense take care of each other, and I know they're there for me, and I know that city like almost like the back of my hand, but I know it so well, so it's just comfortable. And I have like my routes and I know where to get around, and if I want a coffee I go here, if I want something else I go there, and like I know it. And the fact that like my family is there obviously helps. So it's like I've got family and neighbors that have my back, and all my friends that are there that have my back. And as soon as you move, you really cut the umbilical cord, but you're also just you're in a completely new environment where like now I was wanting to go for coffee yesterday and I went to a Starbucks because there's so many local places here, which is great, but I was just so uncomfortable and in a sense unconfident enough to go in there and be like, okay, I've never ordered coffee here before, like what's good, and do you have like vegan milks and stuff? So I just went to a Starbucks because that's what I know, and I knew they had Wi-Fi. And like I'm meeting people, which is great, but in terms of finding like friends that you can kind of rely on and like call up at 12 a.m. if you need to talk to someone, like I don't have that yet. And I know a couple of my neighbors, which is really nice. It's funny, I was writing in my journal yesterday and I wrote down like everybody that I've met here so far have been so sweet. They've been so helpful and they've been amazing, but they are all over 40-year-old males, and I don't know why. like Moray, the carpenter, or the maintenance guy, the other maintenance guy whose name I can't remember, the guy who's like downstairs, I won't mention his name because just I won't, but he's like the main guy of this building, so like I guess the landowner, I don't know. Anyways, he the guy at the TV shop that I met, Tom, Andy is a guy that lives on a floor one above mine, and it's just funny, like they've been so nice to me, and it's nice because it's almost like a father figure in a way, like they've really helped me out. But yeah, everyone I've met has been like over 40 and a male, so I was like, okay, which is fine, which is good for right now, and I'm happy that I met them. It's like I need to get, some friends my age, which will come, especially when I'm in school and stuff. But this is another one of my long rambles, sorry. But also, one thing about home is that if you don't know me, like, I love children and babies. That's obviously why I'm going to become a doula, is because that is part of what I love. But I have babysat and I have been a nanny for so many years back in my hometown. All of those kids are literally so special to me. Like, I could cry right now if I wanted to, but they are all so special to me. And I think I mentioned this earlier, like they are what makes me kind of bring out my inner child and not forget, and to not worry about like the little things and stuff in life. But I literally miss having kids and like babies around when I move. Like in Spain, I was an au pair, so obviously that was good for the first bit, but then my last 3 months when I had the time of my life, I was just missing like kids. And then here it's kind of the same thing. Like I'll be learning about pregnancy and stuff, which is so exciting, but I won't have kids to like take care of, So there's just a lot of things that I think are comfortable about being home. And that's what makes it difficult when you move, and especially far away. So if I hadn't moved to Spain, I would say that this move is moving very far away from home. I can't drive home. Flying home is only like an hour and a half, which is good, but it's expensive, so I will not be flying home often. So, yeah, like if I hadn't moved to Spain, this would be considered quite far away from home for me. I'm in another province. I'm basically going from like the middle of the country to the outside of the country, which is fine, and I'm happy with that. But like it is still a long ways away, so I won't be able to like go for long weekend visits. Like I could, but it's expensive. But I won't be going for long weekend visits to see my family and my neighbors and kids and friends and that sort of thing. The other thing about moving is, especially if you do it on your own, it can be difficult. I think if you have like a boyfriend or a girlfriend or a partner, or maybe you're even moving out with one of your parents or just one of your friends, I think that way you at least have a connection with someone and you're both kind of going through it together. I know there are lots of people going through the same thing that I am right now, which is part of the reason I'm making this video, because you're not alone if you feel like this. but but yeah, doing it on your own is definitely not an easy task, and it, I think, takes a little while longer to really feel comfortable too where you're at when you don't have other people necessarily to rely on, so to say. So I'm just going to enjoy this little bit of sunrise that I can see, and yeah, then I'll get my way onto the shuttle and the plane and get home. So I'll probably see you guys once I get home. Yeah, bye.